We are beginning project 1B for Excel, and objective number 7 is check spelling in a worksheet. This is similar to the way that it works in Word. So start Excel and display a blank new worksheet, and then we're going to type a little bit of text in here. Texas Spectrum Wireless and car products inventory. And we're going to do a save as. And just click on the save button here on the quick access toolbar. And I'm going to save this in Excel Chapter 1 folder. And we're going to do last name underscore first name underscore 1B car products. And then click on save. Okay. And we've got a little bit of data we're going to type in here. I'll type that in. Okay, I've got my data typed in. We need to click on C3 and look at the formula bar. And in the formula bar it shows us what's actually there, although we can only see part of it because it gets chopped off. So it can make room for what's in D3. And we're going to go to E3 and we're going to type in some text in E3 and F3. And now we're going to put some text in column A. Okay, we've got our data typed in column A along with a spelling mistake in A4, and now we want to go to the top of column A here. And he says make it 215 pixels wide. We'll see if that works out for us, and no, it doesn't. We're going to have to make it a little bit wider. I'm going to make it 255 so that all of our text does fit in column A. None of it gets chopped off by anything we would put in column B. And we want to select A1 to F1, and we go to our Home tab, the Alignment group, and we want to do a Merge and Center on that. And we're going to make this the title style, which is on the Home tab under Styles, and go down here and select Title. And we want to select A2 to F2, use the white plus sign for selecting, remember. And we want that to be the heading 1 style. And we want to do a Merge and Center. And we're going to do Control Home to move to the top of the worksheet. And with A1 as the active cell, click the Review tab, and then we want to check our spelling. So the Review tab, check spelling, and it finds the misspelling of antenna and suggests the correct spelling for us. And we tell it to go ahead and change it. And that's the only spelling mistake that it found. And that is the end of activity 1.17. Now let's go on to activity 1.18, and we've got some data we need to type in here, so I'll just pause for a minute and type that in. Okay, we've got the data typed in, and we're going to save our data, and we're going to go on to objective 9, and we're going to put some formulas in here. We need to go to E4 right here, and we're going to multiply column B, the quantity, by column D. So equals, and you can type it or you can click on them. We're multiplying, that's the asterisk symbol, and hit the enter. And in figure 1.43 there's a list of basic operators for doing arithmetic in Excel. Take a look at that if you haven't. Want to go back to cell E4, and this formula multiplies the number that is 3 cells to the left by the number that is 1 cell to the left. And that's actually the way Excel interprets it. So if I copy that down with my fill handle, the little black plus sign, copy it down here, B9. If I double click on any one of these, see the 4's got changed to 5's, and then 6's, and then 7's. So it's always picking. The blue term is going to be 3 cells to the left, and the green term is going to be 1 cell to the left. It's always picking those two. As a matter of fact, if I were to take this formula here and copy it, and then click over here someplace and paste it in, and if I double click on it, you see it's multiplying I9 by K9. Well, I9 is 3 cells over, K9 is 1 cell over. It's the exact same formula. So that's how Excel actually interprets formulas. They're relative to the cell that the formula is typed in. Okay, so we've got that done, and now we're going to select from B4 to B9, and we want these to be formatted. Let's go to our Home tab with a comma. So type the comma or click on the comma button up here. But we don't want, these are always going to be whole numbers. We don't want that decimal point in the 2 digits to the right of it. So we've got a couple of buttons up here to increase or decrease the decimal places. We're going to decrease it once and click on it a second time to decrease it twice, and now the numbers look better. Now we're going to select the range from E4 to E9, which is these numbers here. And when you do select a range, down here at the bottom, it'll tell you the average of that range. It'll tell you how many numbers are in, how many cells have numbers in them, and it'll give you the sum of everything that's in that range. Now let's go to E10, and we're going to click the sum button. Actually, you don't even have to click on the down arrow. If you just click on the button, it'll automatically use the sum function for you. And always double click to make sure, or double check to make sure the dancing line here actually does go around the numbers that you want. And the range is E4 to E9, and if that's the correct range, just hit enter. And now we're going to select from C5 to E9. Okay, C5 to E9 is these numbers right here. And we're going to apply the comma style, which will give us a comma and 2 decimal places, so everything looks pretty much the same. And notice that Excel widened column E for us a little bit, so we can still see all the numbers. And now we're going to select the range C4 to E4. So C4 to E4, and then we're going to hold the control key down, and we're going to select E10, so we do a non-adjacent selection here. And we're going to go up here and click on our $sign button to format that with a $sign and a comma and 2 decimal places. And we're going to do a little style here. Remember, we've got the total style over here, and click on that, and it'll give us a nice single line above and a double line down below. Okay, activity 1.20. We're going to copy formulas with absolute cell references. Let's go to cell F4, which is right here. And we're going to type equals, and then we're going to click on E4, which is this number right here. And then we're going to click a slash, and then we're going to click on E10. So I want to know what percent of my total retail value has gone to, or has come from antenna signal boosters. And then I'm going to hit the enter key. Okay. Now, if we double click on it, we'll see the formula here in color, the blue numbers over here, the green numbers down here. And now we're going to take that number, and we're going to get our fill handle here. We're going to copy that down, and we get an error. And it says divide by 0. Well, why are we getting divide by 0? Let's double click on this, and you'll see that the top number is correct. Bottom number was supposed to be E10, but it changed to E11. And if you remember how Excel interprets formulas, this formula right here means go over 1 and for the numerator, and for the denominator go over 1 and then down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So over 1 and down 6. If I double click on this, I go over 1, I get this. If I go down 6, I get this. Here if I go over 1, double click, come on, and I go over 1 and down 6, that's what I get. So I don't want that bottom term to change. I don't want that E10 to change. I want it to stay the same all the time. And the way I make it stay the same is by changing it to $E, $10, like that. And that means when Excel sees that in a formula and it copies the formula, the dollar signs mean Don't change it. The dollar sign to the left of the E means don't change the E. The dollar sign to the left of the 10 means don't change the 10. There are no dollar signs in the E4 though, so that should get changed appropriately. Now if I drag that down, there I go. I see I made a little formatting mistake over here, so I want to turn total off on that. Can I? Yeah, I can't turn it off that way. So I'm going to have to turn my borders off for that. Go here and click on borders and choose no borders, and that should get rid of the borders for us. Okay, I should have deselected that before I did my total formatting. Okay, now if you double click on any one of these, the numerator is always 1 to the left, but the denominator is always E10. E10 is called an absolute cell reference, which means it just never changes whenever you copy it. It's always going to be the same. And that takes us to the end of activity 1.20, and that's a good place to stop this video.